Shake the tree.
No, grab the tree, crew. Grab the tree. Shake it.
Grab the tree and shake it.
Come on, Frank. There's some over here.
Oh dear.
What's in it? What's in it? Hold on, let me help her. April Fools!
Don't we get something else for the golden egg?
April Fools!
It's not funny!
What is it?
Two! It's not funny! I want $1!
What have you done? What have you done? What's this? That's Daddy's Easter egg. That's Daddy's Easter present that we bought him.
Yay! Put it in your bucket.
You didn't make it? Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Shake your head. Do it again.
Mama, I got 8. I just need 2 more. 8, 9. Look at all the candy. It's Easter. I wish I could eat all of it in the store.
Get those eggs.
Jackson, what's wrong with them? Are they empty?
Uno. Dos. Tres.
You got Hershey's Kisses. That's
More broccoli. More broccoli. This is funny that you're getting. More broccoli. Funny.
Hey, we'll see how long it lasts. I have no battery. We didn't check that. That was awesome. Oh, that's good on us. That's good on us. Hey, welcome to 3D. Sorry about that. Listen, I hope your Easter went better than the kid at the broccoli. That's pretty funny. I watched the video, but without the volume up before just to see what it was. I didn't realize he was opening broccoli at the end. That's terrible. Have your parents ever done that? Anything like that to you? No? Do you still get Easter baskets? Yes? What do you like in it? What's the what? Like, not food, like stuffed animals? Really? No? Any go-to candy? None? Zero go-to candy. All right, anyway, hopefully you are things. Welcome to 3D. My name is Kevin. We are so glad that you are joining us today. If I don't know you, I'd love to meet you. Maybe afterwards introduce yourself. We'll go mask to mask. We'll introduce each other. At least I'll see your eyeballs. And you can give me your name. That'd be great. We're so glad that you are here. Listen, you may not know this, but 3D almost didn't happen. We were sweating it a little bit. There was no water. Water main broke over on that side of the property. And we had like no water till like 3-ish something, 3:30, 4 o'clock when it came back on. We're just like, seriously? We're going to have to do that again? But we're glad you're here. We're here. There's water. You can use the bathroom. Please do. If you need it, don't if you don't. But, whatever. We're so glad that you're here. Listen, a couple things we're going to do. I have some cool things to announce that are coming up. But before we do that, I'm going to give away this Easter basket with the not really Easter stuff in it, but a lot of chocolate in it. And so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it by small group if we can. Small group if we can. I don't know how you're doing it, but maybe just send somebody up. Maybe get in a group there. How are you sitting? We can do it that way too. I don't really need you to do it via small group, but I don't know. You have kind of a row. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 rows. Send somebody up from your row to grab a card and a pen. Is that where I'm going? In case it falls apart? All right. It may. Send somebody up. Somebody from your row. We'll go by row. Somebody that wants to be the writer. I don't know. Just one person from your row. Grab one of these. Go ahead and just take one. Won't do you any good to get 2. And you can take a pen. And we will. Why not? While they're doing that, we'll change these. It's a good thing we weren't here like way in advance and could have done that. That's on me though, sorry. All right, so we're gonna play a game. It's called Finish the Statements. You have a card, and what you have on your card is 10. There's actually 11 because there's a tiebreaker. TB stands for tiebreaker, not Tom Brady. But at the end, it is, there's fill in the blanks. So this is what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna need to kind of get with those people that are in your row. If you need to shift a chair or so, come in front. It doesn't matter, just shift around. You don't wanna be too loud because the people behind you or in front of you will hear. So you're gonna wanna be, and we're playing for big prizes here. There's like 6 different bags of candy there. Here we go, finish the statement. Jaden, send us off. There's even music. Listen to that. Finish the statement. Number 1 is this. Where there's a will, don't say it out loud. I can hear you. It may be obvious to you, but not to other people. I'll be like, I have no idea. And you could win because of that one, but you gave it away. Are we good? We're going on to number 2. Here it is, to infinity. You're like, that one's a simple one. I got that one. Even Mark Eberhard knows that one. Nah, maybe not. Okay. Nice job on Sunday, though. I watched online. It's good to see you strumming away up there. We're good? Number 3, we're playing together here. Don't count your chickens before. Again, you guys are way too loud. It's awesome, though. But carry on. Big prizes. Sky, welcome. Good to see you. Should have wore shorts myself. Just wearing shorts. How nice was it out there today? Yeesh. That's perfect out there today. Next one, number 4, I think, whatever it is. Next one, every man's home, blank. Every man's home, blank. Uh-oh. May have gotten harder there. I don't know. May have gotten a little tricky. Every man's blank. Every man's home, blank. This next one is for Jay. Jay is up in the tech booth. Go ahead and turn around and say hey to Jay. This one's for Jay. Number 5, Dead Men Tell. And if you know Jay at all, you know why. If you did want someone to quote verbatim the whole first film of Pirates of the Caribbean, Jay's your guy. See him afterwards. Don't see him now, though. Are we ready? Number 6. Here we go. Number 6. All roads lead to McDonald's. What? All roads. I'm sure there probably is a McDonald's on all roads, actually. That's probably not a lie. McDonald's, if you pick McDonald's, it's not going to be the right answer, but it's probably true. But that's not the statement. We're on number 7. Here we go. Number 7. A little knowledge is oh man. Yeah, we just got harder. We can't be all that easy. A little knowledge is blank. You guys aren't even waiting for me, are you? You're just going right through, I bet. I bet you're not even waiting. You guys are jerks like that. Okay, number 8. Just kidding, you're not jerks. Even a worm will blank. Even a worm will blank. Y'all are working ahead, I know it. Even a worm will blank. That's a hard one, actually. I had to Google that one, I'm not gonna lie. I had to Google the answer to that one. Number 9. Go the. I don't know. Go the? I don't know. Go the. Could be anything on that one. And the final one, number 10, because you're all working ahead anyway. Home is where. And you're finished the statement. Dun, 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 dun. How'd we do? We good? We got all 10? All right, this is the tricky part. We're going to grade it, but you got to be honest because it's dumb if you're not. It's just dumb, okay? I won't know if you cheat. Jesus will know if you cheat, and he'll be sad, okay? So don't do that. Number one was where there's a will, there's a way. Everybody knows that one? Somebody, we'll all do number 2 together. To infinity, that is correct. To infinity and beyond. Thank you, Toy Story. Appreciate that. Somebody got number 3? Yes, go. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Now listen, if you had before they hatch, I'm gonna give it to you because I actually found that quote as well. So, they're hatched, past tense, it all means the same thing. So I found them both. Before somebody Googles it and tells me it doesn't work. I Googled it. Number 4, every man's home is his castle. Anybody get that? Oh, of course they did. Nice, good job. Jay, do you want to step out and give us this one? He's taking his headset off. The number 5 is Dead Men Tell No Tales is correct. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Welcome to Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales. You know why? Yeah, they're dead. Okay. That's it. That's the whole reason. Number 6. All roads lead to Chick-fil-A is close, but Rome. History class helped you out there. All roads lead to Rome is correct. Again, you have to go back a ways because now, obviously, not all roads lead to Rome. McDonald's is probably more accurate now, but the statement is all roads lead to Rome. Because the Roman Empire built the roads, they all led to Rome. Anyway, here we go. Number 7, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Anybody get that one? Are you serious? Pat knew it, didn't he? Is that true? Mr. McGarry knew it. I knew it. fumigary noodle. Okay, good job. Oh, every worm. Number 8. Every worm will. Anybody? Before he gives the answer? Back there? Turn is correct. Even a worm, it says even a worm will turn. I said every. Even a worm will turn. Now listen, I had to Google what that meant. I'm like, what is that statement? It is even the meekest of things. If you keep pushing and keep pushing, will turn against you. Anyway, that's what it means. Now you know. Even a worm will turn. Way to go back there. That's strong. That's strong. Number 9. This is they didn't give you a lot to go on. Go the extra mile. Extra mile is correct. Go the distance would have been a good guess. Not correct though. Go the extra mile. I want you to do that. Number 10, last one. Here we go. Home is where? So pretty. Brushes. Okay. Home is where the heart is. Count them up. How many people have 10 right? All 10. Anybody? Nobody all 10. 9? You got 9? You got 9? No, she says that she's cheating and lying. Corrections. 9? You got 9? Come on down. You're the winners. Look at that. Give them a round of applause. Somebody come up and grab this for everybody back there. It's like a group of 4, so you guys each get like 14 bags of M&Ms. I don't know. Be careful, that basket's not very strong. There's a lot of chocolate in there. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for playing. Finish the statements. Never know. There is a tiebreaker. We can ask that. We don't need it, but go ahead and throw it up there. The last one. No man can. Anybody want to shout it out? No man can. Would have been a good tiebreaker. Would have been a great tiebreaker. Go ahead and show it to us. Can. Go ahead, Jaden. Serve 2 masters, of course. Oh, yes, of course, that's what that was. A couple things coming up we just want you to be aware of because there has not been a ton that we are able to point to, and so we want to be able to point to some things next week. Next week is a little bit of a special week, and some of you know it is. It's baptism week. We're going to celebrate baptism. There's going to be 12 of your friends that are getting baptized, which is an amazing number. It's been so cool to take the videos. We have almost all of them done. We have one more tonight to get to, and we'll be done with the video, at least the recording. Then Danny will be editing those. It's been cool to hear the stories of how people met Jesus, why they're getting baptized, how he's affected their life. So pretty excited for that. But next week, it's going to be a little different in that there's still 3D. So we're going to start at 6:30 regular time. There may be a few more people in the back. Probably won't have chairs. We may be in this space. We may be in the auditorium, depending on how many people and whether they make a decision. It's above my pay grade. And so they're going to let us know if they think we can have it in here. We'd rather have it in here. But we may have to go down there just to spread out enough because 12 is a lot. And if they bring all of their family and friends, that would be even more people. And so that's a good thing. But we may have to shift locations just to be, distant enough. But we're going to celebrate. It's going to be a great time. Hopefully you'll still be able to get up close to the stage and to celebrate with those of your friends that are getting baptized. Totally looking forward to next week and being able to do that together. Almost feels like we're having an event of some sort. Almost feels like, but it's actually even better than an event. It is cool. We're going to come back here. If we go down there, we'll be in here with the food. If not, we'll be next door with the food and celebrate that way because there really is no other way to celebrate after you're done screaming, clapping, applauding, and shooting things off in the sky to then eating because that's the way we do it. And so we'll have some food as well next Wednesday, April 14th. And so student baptism next week. Looking forward to that. Also, this summer, we have something this summer. We will have more this summer, but the calendar is slowly developing. So I wish there was a ton more. I could just go here, this is what we're doing. Normally we go here, this is what we're doing. But it's slowly coming along, and one thing that we know for sure is on the calendar is Wildfire. And now Wildfire is a middle school camp, and you're like, why are you announcing that? I did this last week too, but we actually need high school students to serve. Our middle school students are partnering with LCBC. They run their own camp, and there's 2 weeks. We're going week 1. and they need teams to help serve. There's a care team, there's a kitchen team, there's an adventure team because they do all the rope swing and all that kind of stuff, the high rope stuff, as well as the zip line, those kind of things. They need people, volunteers, and you guys get to be those volunteers. There's others, obviously, there's other campuses, and their high school students are coming to volunteer as well. So we already had one small group pretty much sign up. It was pretty impressive. And so you don't have to sign up as your small group. You certainly can. But if you want to, just as an individual, want to be able to go, we do have some students that are already in. Go ahead and apply. It is an application kind of thing. And so they will, obviously once the spaces are full, they're full. We were just down there talking with them about camp, and they said they need a lot of help. So options still available to us. It's free for you guys. It isn't free for the students to go to camp, but it's free for you to serve and participate. Obviously, there'll be housing there. There'll be all that kind of stuff. They'll feed you. And you won't be working all the time, but you'll be working a lot, serving middle school students. And you know, what could be better than that? Camp, first week, then when you sign up, July 18th to the 21st, a Sunday to a Wednesday. Looking forward to actually doing something, having something on the calendar to go after and get. So glad we get to be able to do that. So feel free to sign up. If you have any questions, you can see me and do those kind of things. And I'm not sure, somewhere along the line, Wilkes-Barre's joining us. Do you know if they're joining us right now? Like if I look at that camera, Wilkes-Barre's there? They should be. Wilkes-Barre, how's it going? We're good to see you. Glad to see you. You can sign up for this thing too. Middle school students, if you're there, you can sign up for camp. We actually are going to give a huge discount to the middle school students where they're going to be able to go to camp for $150, which is like $125 off. But you have to sign up in the month of April. So the church is kind of putting out some money there to help make an event happen. And so you guys, if you're in middle school, don't forget to sign up for that. And if you're in high school, feel free to serve. It should be a good time. But listen, Drew's here, acoustic box guy's here, and I'm just not cool enough to work that. I want to be cool enough to do that, but we have somebody who is. So why don't you go ahead and stand up, and we'll do some worship.
All right, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing? Wow, you guys in the room are really excited. I can tell. How are you guys doing in the room? There we go. Well, hey, we're glad that you guys are here. We're glad that we get to be together. So a big hello to you guys in Wilkes-Barre, or if you're joining us online, we're super glad that you guys are here. But hey, we're going to sing together. We're going to have some fun. So look, we're doing our little acoustic setup, so I need your guys' help. I need you to sing. I need you to be energetic. Can you do that for me? Well, come on. Here we go. All right, come on, let's sing this out together. It says, I give you glory. I give you glory for all you brought me through. And now I'm ready for whatever you want to do. And I'm moving forward to follow after you. And now I'm ready sing this chorus together. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Come on, we're gonna sing this out one more time that we know a breakthrough is coming. We just celebrated Easter. Come on. I know a breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and He won't stop now. I know a breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and He won't stop now. He won't stop. There we go, yeah. Man, not too shabby, guys. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are awake a little bit. Well, hey, we're gonna keep singing. I know you guys will know this song. And it always is, it's one of our favorite songs because it always talks about how God is always making a way. That no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, He's right there with you. So come on, let's sing this. Let's just rejoice and praise together. Come on. You are here, moving in our midst, and I worship you, and I worship you. You are here, working in this place, and I worship you, and I worship you. Come on, sing it to Him. Waymaker. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart, and I worship you, I worship you. You are here, healing every heart, and I worship you, I worship you. You are here, turning lives around, and I worship you, I worship you. Come on, sing it. You are here, you're mending every heart, and I worship you, and I worship you, Lord. Come on. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 'Cause that is who you are. 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 Come on, let's let this next part be our prayer tonight. That no matter what's going on, even when we feel absolutely down, that God is right there with us and that He's working. Come on, let's sing this. Even when I don't see it, you work. Even when I got us for us no matter what. So sing this with me. And I count on one thing. The same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. He's working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh, yes, I will. Come on, let's sing it again. I count. And I count on one thing. The same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. Working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh, yes, I will for all my days. Oh, yes, I will. And I choose to praise, to glorify the name of holy. Nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify the name of holy. Nothing can stand. Come on, sing it. And I choose to praise, to glorify the name of holy. Yeah. And nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify the name of holy. And nothing can stand against. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy for all my days. Oh, yes, I will for all my days. Oh, yes, I will for all my days. Yes, I will. Yeah. Man, I hope you guys believe what you're singing tonight. And I know sometimes it's tough. I know sometimes there's days where you're just like, man, God, what are you doing? I don't understand it. Why am I in so much pain? Why are the things happening in my family the way that they're doing? Why are things happening to my friends? Why are things, there are tons of things that happen in our lives each and every day. But I hope that when you sing these songs, you're reminded of how much God is for you. That He hasn't let you down yet. He hasn't left you alone. That He's right there with you. That even when we don't see it, even when we don't feel it, He's right there. And that's something to praise about. That's something to celebrate about. That our God is unstoppable. So come on, let's pray together. So Jesus, we pray tonight. God, we thank you that we get to come and worship you. God, we thank you for the opportunity just to hear from your word. God, we know times can be hard. God, that there's situations in our life that happen each and every day that keep us down, make us frustrated, hurt us. But God, I want to thank you that when my days are hard, I know I can turn to you. That God, we can praise your name because you are faithful in all things. That even when we don't see it, even when we don't feel it, God, you're right there with us. We just need to fix our eyes on you. So Jesus, we love you. We praise you. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Well, hey guys, thanks for singing. You guys can have a seat and check out this video.
Well, I'm telling you, that you enjoy. I know that for me, anyway, my heart needs those reminders that worship brings. And so I appreciate Drew and the band bringing that. And again, still want to be cool enough to play that box thing. We are glad that Wilkes-Barre, you're sticking around with us because our boy Zach is at a beach somewhere on vacay. And it's not that we hate him for that. I mean, Susie does, but it's not that we hate him for that. We're not mad, really. Just kind of jealous. Anyway, he's at the Outer Banks, I think, right now. Wouldn't want to be there. I mean, I'd rather be here. Okay, no, I am glad that we're here because I do get to teach series. And our hope for this series, and this is the final week, week 3, our hope for this series is that you would know that our foundation, the foundation of our faith, the key to the hope that we have in Jesus, had a location. Maybe that it was Golgotha, the hillside outside of Jerusalem. It looked something like this. It was known historically as a place of the skull, and maybe back in the day it looked a little more like it, but maybe because there was a skull-like looking thing there. And we talked about just that it was a significant. I mean, this place is significant because it was an event. It was way more than a story that we hear at Easter, and I know that we hear it every year, but it was an event that was witnessed by thousands of people, hundreds of years before there was a Bible, years before there was anyone called a Christian, months before there was anything known as the church. People saw this, witnessed this. They were there. There were people that were eyewitnesses. They would have seen this event. They could have said, I remember when. I was there when. Now, I know you have those people in your life. You have mostly probably your grandfather, maybe an uncle. It seems to be the men that use this language all the time. It's like, back in my day. Or I remember when we had to walk to school. Uphill, both ways, no shoes. We know, yeah. The impossible. Or I remember when we had to get up to change the channels. Actually, I do remember that when we had to actually get off the couch and change channels. And I was the remote for my dad. That's how it worked. Don't let him fool you. It wasn't him that got up off the couch. It was me. And we get to turn the channel and all that kind of stuff. But there was those people, well, Peter, James, and John, and the rest of the 12, they would have been able to go, well, I remember there. I was there when. And Mary, Jesus' mother, and Mary Magdalene, a woman that Jesus had cast demons out of, and Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus, and Mary, one of the women that brought spices to the tomb, lots of Marys. They would have been able to say, they would have been able to look at you and say, I remember when, or I was there when these events happened. And these people were not just, they're people, not just characters in a story, they were eyewitnesses to the events. Just a series of unbelievable events that went from glorious, I had to do it in a matter of a week, it went from glorious as they started coming to the city, and tens and then hundreds and maybe even thousands of people celebrated Jesus as he came into town. As some sort of next king that was going to save the day. And in a matter of a week, it turned to tragedy as he was arrested and tried and convicted and beaten and eventually crucified. Now, I'm not sure what all of your church background is. Maybe you go to church once or twice a year, and this is the story you know because you hear it when you go to church. Maybe you are from Parker Hill, you grew up in Parker Hill or a church like it, and so you know, maybe you have a broader picture of the Bible, or maybe you don't go to church at all, and this is it. Wherever you fit, it is easy for all of us that Easter just becomes a story. That it just becomes something we hear every year. And so we took this series, and I'm glad for this series, as just a reminder to me that this was an event that real humans eyewitnessed as the drama unfolded in front of them. And it was actually talking about a person who was wrongfully accused and executed for crimes he didn't commit, but these purposeful events to show that God has a ridiculous love for me. And he has a ridiculous love for you. And I needed those reminders. I need those reminders all the time because it can become just a story. And so know there's a location, there's a place. It's called Golgotha, which is a weird name. But it has significance because of what happened there. And we're looking at these statements that took place at this place while Jesus was hanging on the cross. And last week, we looked at the only question Jesus asked while he was on the cross. And the question was, my God, why have you forsaken me? And we said the word forsake kind of is a weird, we don't typically use that word, but it has to do with turning your back on someone or something. We also talked about God not being able to tolerate sin. And so he had to do something. It's just forced a reaction. And when Jesus became sin on Golgotha, hanging on that cross, when he became sin, God had to turn away. And Jesus asked why in that moment. And we concluded God turned his back for a reason. God turned his back on Jesus so that we might turn back to him. You and I can have a restored relationship with God, a right relationship with God, because Jesus went to the cross. Jesus didn't just die for you. He died as you, your substitute. That is just a huge truth to hear, to know, and to understand. Tonight we're going to look at just one other final statement that Jesus made on the cross. It was the last word, really, that he uttered on the cross as he hung there, and it was recorded by another one of those eyewitnesses. It's recorded for us in John chapter 19, verse 30. It says this, and when he received a drink, Jesus said, it is finished. And with that, he bowed his head, and he gave up his spirit. Now, of all the sayings, the last sayings, the famous last words, however we want to say it, it's how we said it week one, of Jesus on the cross, none of them is more important than it is finished. It's a Greek word. It's actually just one word. I know it's three words for us. It's one word. The Greek word is tetelestai. I know you're going to write that down because you're really going to want to know that. But here's what it means, and that's where the significance comes from. It is this idea, it's an accounting kind of term that is paid in full. That Jesus on the cross, when he said it is finished, he paid the debt of sin that was owed to God. Not a sin debt that he owed, but a sin debt that I owed, that you owed, that the world owed, past, present, and future. And only he was able to do that. Because again, he didn't just die for us. He died as us, our substitute, in our place. And he paid that in full. Interestingly enough, if you read prior to that in John chapter 17, Jesus, before he's arrested, prayed in the garden. He prayed that the Father would glorify him just as Jesus had glorified the Father on earth, having, and this is the quote, finished the work you have given to me to do. Jesus was all about finishing the work that he was given to do. How many people in here would call yourselves, just raise your hand, you'd call yourselves task list people? Like you write a task list, you love writing lists, so no, don't be shamed. You can put your hand all the way up. I know, I saw you just, not me, that's good. No, task list people. You write things down so that you can remember to do it. And listen, if that's you, I'm becoming more and more of a task list person because I can easily get into my day and totally like get doing something and forget all the important details that I'm supposed to do. Not really a detailed guy. I need to be more detailed. And so get myself in trouble if I don't do certain things. Like, oh, I was supposed to order that. Oh, I was supposed to call that person. Whoops. Oh, I was supposed to make sure that was communicated. Anyway, I try to do that. So I'm becoming more and more of one of those people. But if that's you, how great is it? How great is it to check things off that list? Yeah, see, those people know it. See, yeah, you're in there. I know, you're responding. That's good. I can see you shaking it. You're like, yes, you don't understand. I got it done. I'm checking it off. I scratch it. I still do that too. I have no troubles. Yep, got that done. And then at the end of the day, I'll go, oh, wow, I still have 14 things to do. Oops. Anyway, maybe my lists are too big. But that is one of those things. We get it. Saying the word done is amazing. Now, maybe you're not one of those people, but let me just say this. You have responsibilities. Maybe you have chores you have to do. And for me, growing up was always mowing the grass. I had to mow the grass multiple times a week. It's just the way it grew in the summertime. But I had to do that because it's important to have the right lines. And if that's you and you're in that kind of person, to have the right lines in your lawn, again, you're one of my people, and that's good. But the fact is, there was nothing like having the lines right and then putting that mower back in the garage. I was done for that process, and I could check that off the list. Or maybe it's for you, it's a big project at school that you took seriously. Hopefully everyone on your team did, or maybe it was just a personal project, and you put in the work, and you got an A, and you finished, you turned it in, you gave that presentation, and there is just this moment of finished. I'm done, and that's done. And then, of course, there's probably something else, but you finished it. There's just this relief, this satisfaction when you're done. Are there any runners in the room? I know there's some track people in the room. Anybody ever run a half marathon or a full marathon? Anybody? Oh, a couple of you. Look at you guys. Listen, this is my question for you. Why? This is, I don't understand you. I understand some of these other people, but I don't understand you. But here's the deal. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You do that, one, to get to the finish. Probably is to overcome some things. I'm sure you have stories. You should probably talk to those people afterwards if they raise their hand next to you. Find out what their purpose is, but ultimately you put in the work. Sometimes it takes months, even years, to get up to that potential and to push yourself through whatever mile you get to when you're like, I'm done, and you hit the wall and you push on through and you make it to the end of the finish line, and there's just this thing that you accomplished, that you put in the work and you accomplished, you finished it. And you get so excited, you put little 13.1 or 26.2 stickers on your car. And then everybody knows that you finished a marathon. Congratulations. I'm never going to have one of those stickers. I'm okay with that. But some of you decided maybe to put in some work and to go after a solo part in the concert, or to play varsity, or maybe it's just to get the lead role in the play or a role in the play. And when you understand that once you get that, you work hard, you put it in, and there's that final curtain call, or the season finish, the ending game, or the finish line that you make it to, and you finish well, and you work hard to do that. We understand what it means to finish, right? There's all kinds of things that we finish, and how significant it is to us to accomplish those things. And we look back, and we're better for it. We look back, and we have tighter friendships because of it. We look back, and we're like, wow, I made it. There's this accomplishment. So what is it that Jesus accomplished on the cross? What did he finish? We can look at a couple things. One, it says his job, one of the jobs was to seek and to save that which is lost. Luke chapter 19, verse 10 tells us that. That was accomplished on the cross when he said it is finished. He is to provide atonement, again, big word, maybe to die in our place, for sin for all of who believe in him. Romans 3, 23 to 25. We read that particular passage last week, actually. He was also, it is finished, he was to reconcile sinful men to a holy God. There's this holy God and sinful men, and God couldn't tolerate sin. And so Jesus stood in that gap to reconcile that relationship, to bring that relationship, make it possible to be back together. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 18 and 19 talk about that. But here's what it says actually in those verses. It says this. It says, all this is from God who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. That's our job then, once we've been connected with God, is to help people be connected with God as well. That God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ. And here comes this tetelestai, this paid in full, this accounting term, not counting men's sin against them. He sees us differently because it was finished. He sees us differently because it is finished on the cross. Jesus finished all of those things. Also, Jesus completed a lot of things. He completed fulfillment of over 300, you may not know this, over 300 different, very specific prophecies in the Old Testament from Genesis to Revelation. Prophecies really, mostly in the Old Testament to Malachi, not Revelation, but from, the seed that would crush the serpent's head in Genesis chapter 3, or the suffering servant, Isaiah 53, to really a prediction that came from John the Baptist that there would be someone who was coming after him that would be the Messiah, he was paved the way for the Messiah. And Jesus fulfilled all of those things on the cross when he said, "It is finished." And although salvation certainly is an important finished task on the cross, this finish was just the beginning. Jesus' finish was just the beginning. You see, the power of sin and Satan were finished. No longer do we as mankind have to suffer or to deal with or to struggle with the flaming arrows, as it says in Ephesians chapter 6, of the evil one, because we can pick up the shield of faith in the one who said it's finished. We can live differently because we have faith in him. His finished work on the cross was the beginning of a new life for us. Because at once we were dead, as it says in Ephesians, at our trespasses and sins, and we were made alive with Christ. Let's think through just a couple goals that I know each and every one of you have, or had at least in your life. The first one, Jay's talking up here. The first one is this, is you have a goal line, a finish line of becoming 16 years old. How many under 16-year-olds do we have? You're 15, 14, somewhere in there, 9th, 10th grade, sorry. Not quite there yet. Why do you want to become 16? Why is that such a significant finish line? Yes? You get your permit, dude. Yeah, and that leads you to your very own driver's license. That's right. That is a huge finish line. That is a major finish line that you want. As a matter of fact, I have someone in my house currently counting down the days till May 3rd. Because he's going to get, at least attempt, to try to get his permit. Because it's a significant thing. Now, maybe it's not you. Maybe you've already passed that. For some of you in here, a major, really, for all of you in here is graduation is a finish line that you're going after. And some of you seniors can almost taste it. We are like 2 months out to graduation. Now, if we were just to look at those two and just step back for a second and say, let's say you turn 16 and you take get your permit test, and then all you do is go back and play Rocket League for the rest of your time. We would never do that. Because there's this new freedom that we have to run our brothers and sisters around and to go to the store for mom. But there's a freedom you get to do that by yourself. There's a new life, there's something new, there's something more, and that finish line was really just the beginning of those things, right? You made it to that milestone, that marker. You accomplished it, you finished it, and there was so much more after that. Graduation, you come right up to graduation, and here you are, you're a senior, you finally made your senior year, and you sit there, and what do you do next year? You take senior year over again. And then in the year after that, guess what you do? You go back around again. And Mr. McGarry's like, oh no. Yes, you go back around again. And for the next 8 years, you go back around and go back around, and you can become a 9-year senior. That's ridiculous. Now again, some of you may have to try more than once to get through, but that's not the point. The point is this: you're going to make it to that end, and it's not just an end. It's an amazing marker, but it's just the beginning. Right? It's just the beginning of the life that we have, this adult life, this different kind of life that we get to do and enjoy. So of course we wouldn't do that. There's just so much more available, and ultimately with our faith, when we reach that finish line of Jesus' salvation, saying it is finished and it's paid for, we don't stop there. That is just a beginning. It's just the beginning. We don't want to just keep going back to that and back to that and back to that. But yes, that's great. It's a great finish line. It's something that I think all of us need to come to. We need to get up to that finish line. But there's so much more that God has for us. But because it is finished, we're free to do that. Because he said it was finished, we can do that. So he has so much more in store for us. I love how Hebrews chapter 12 puts it. And we'll finish with this. It says this, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles us. Now, we're here, right? This isn't hard to name. If you were to think, it probably wouldn't take you too long to know what hinders you and what sin so easily entangles you that you get stuck in. But it doesn't have to be somewhere we get stuck because it is finished, right? Because he said it is finished. Let's keep reading. It says this, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. There's this race marked out for us that we get to run. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, the author. I love this, the finisher of our faith. Kind of the same root word. The completer, the finisher of our faith. Next screen. It keeps going. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross. We can persevere because he endured. Right? Scorning its shame and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such an opposition from sinners so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Jesus' finished work on the cross enables us to have a relationship with him. A right relationship with God. And it's the beginning of a new life, a new race that he has laid out before us. We can, again, persevere because he endured. I'm going to finish with just what, how, and now. All right, what? Throw off all the sin that distracts and holds you back. What sin throws you off and holds you back? It doesn't have to, you don't have to be stuck there. Because the truth of it is finished. Well, that was paid for. That was complete, and we can pick up the faith that we have in him who said it was finished and ward that off. I hope that makes sense. And how? How do we do that? Well, we keep our eyes on Jesus. He's the finisher. Now what? Now don't grow weary. Keep after it. Don't lose heart. You can say, yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy, as we sang just a few minutes ago. Because Jesus said it is finished on the cross. Because he completed the work. He paid the debt in full. You got this because Jesus' finished work on the cross is your beginning. It's our beginning. It's my beginning. His finish was my beginning. Let's pray. God, I do thank you for this group. I thank you for this ridiculous truth. That you loved us so much that you made a way and you paid for it in full. Lord, help us to be able to throw off those things that just weigh us down, that we struggle with all the time. Thank you for this reminder that you have paid for it and it is finished. It doesn't have power over us anymore. Help us to live differently. Because of that. And I ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Thanks, guys. You can go to your small groups. Appreciate it.